Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something I've never done before. It is going to be a first impressions kind of get ready with me video. So I am really into watching first impressions videos. I think it's kind of like gambling. You never know if it's going to be amazing or complete utter garbage. It's kind of taking a risk doing like a full face of products that you've never tried before, especially since I'm going out for dinner right after this. So a couple of the key products, I use the Carly Bible BH Cosmetics palette, ColourPop single eyeshadows, the brand new Vlada collaborated highlighter with Smashbox, the new Smashbox Superfan mascara and liner, the new Anastasia bronzers. I was really waiting to make this video. I've had this box of stuff sitting here kind of slowly accumulating because I wanted to try it all out for the first time on camera. So if you would like to see how I created this look, as well as all the products I used and whether or not I think they are good, please keep watching. So I have already prepped my skin with moisturizer, under eye cream, lip balm, that kind of thing. I'm going to start with eyes as usual. That's just my kind of preferred method. I did not have a new primer, so I already primed my eyes. Pretty much always use the Liz Watier Extreme Hold CC. I mentioned this in my current beauty favorites. I will link that up in the corner here. Make sure you go give that a watch. But I like this because it keeps my eyeshadow on all day, but it also has coverage in it, so it just like evens out my eyes. So for eyeshadow, the first palette I really want to try out is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. This is the second one that she launched. I do have the first one as well, which I love. Very excited to try it. I may also dip into some of the ColourPop single shadows because I have swatched a couple of these and so far I'm super impressed with the pigmentation, but we'll see how they actually perform on the eyes. So, oh goodness. So I think I'm gonna start probably with this shade right here, kind of as a transition color. I really do like the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. I find usually it's really blendable and soft and smooth. So I'm just buffing that color right into my crease. I am using the Morphe R10 brush. This is like my favorite crease brush because it is nice and fluffy. So far, this is performing as I expected it to. It's blending out really easily. I do love how this color is applying to the eyes. I'm not getting any patchiness, which some eyeshadows do. I wanted a little bit more pink though. So I am going to jump into this ColourPop shade here. This is the shade Wait For It. What are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? So I'm gonna pick that up on the Morphe PK36 brush, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and apply that to the crease area. Okay, I really like these ColourPop eyeshadows so far. They are pigmented, but they blend out so easily. I just drank a kale smoothie. Why have I not immediately lost 30 pounds? Just wondering. I'm gonna take a little bit of this color here. It's called Stay Golden, which is kind of funny to me because it's not gold. It's not gold at all. That I'm gonna concentrate most on the outer corner here. So far, living for ColourPop eyeshadows. I want to order approximately 50 more. So I am also trying out the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Technically, this is not my first time using it. I ordered two colors and I did try the shade 10, I believe, first. I tried that once, I think, or twice, and I wasn't a huge fan. It just looked really dry on me, and I believe it's just because it was too light. So I also ordered the shade 15, and that is the one that I'm going to try today. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I'm going to apply that to my eye with the Morphe MB10. I'm going for a bit more of a rounded look with this. So before that has a chance to like fully set, I am going to pop some eyeshadow on, and I am going to use the shade Come and Get It from ColourPop. This is a stunning kind of pinkish tone with peachy gold reflex. I'm gonna like press it with my finger initially, and then to kind of perfect the shape, I'll use a brush because my fingers are just too big. I feel like if I had little child-sized hands, that would be ideal. Maybe I'll just like hire a child to do that for me. What? So I grabbed the Morphe E19, which I've actually barely used, but I'm just gonna use that to add the eyeshadow and just perfect that shape. Okay, I'm really feeling this so far. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now I don't do this often, like doing a cut crease with concealer. Well, I don't do a cut crease that often to begin with, just because on a daily basis, honestly, I'm very lazy with my makeup. I do feel like this ColourPop concealer works really well for doing this. This is applying and blending out really nicely and really easily. And the reason I'm pressing it on initially with my finger is just to get the most pigmentation and really pack that onto the concealer so it stays better. Oh my god, this eyeshadow is so pretty. I cannot. ColourPop, I love you so freaking much. So freaking much. I'm gonna jump over to the Carly Bible palette again, and I'm gonna use this color right here. I wish that they had names. That is kind of a pet peeve that I have with palettes when they don't have a name. So I'm just kind of popping that on the outer half. So I'm gonna take the highlighter from the palette and I'm gonna pop that more on the inner corner. I'm using the Morphe R42 brush. I am going to go in with this kind of vanilla bone shade right here, and I'm going to use that to clean up the brow bone. So far, I am loving everything that I've tried. I'm going to take a little bit of this white, kind of like a pearlescent vanilla. That was a really pretentious way to describe that. And pop that right on the inner corner. Eyeshadow, done. Solid. How am I doing for time? Running late. Fantastic. Story of my life. Now for the scary part, eyeliner. So I got the new Smashbox Always On liquid eyeliner. This claims to have 24-hour wear. I like the applicator. It reminds me of the Stila Stay All Day eyeliner. Okay, say a quick prayer to the eyeliner gods. Let us be blessed with a bountiful harvest. What? No. Bountiful, perfect eyeliner application. Yeah. The tip is a little bit more kind of like rigid. The color is nice and opaque. Also, my nails are atrocious. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to do them. That's a lie. I was just too lazy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot let the eyeliner smell your fear. Is it the easiest eyeliner I've ever worked with? No. It's a lot easier than most. I will say that for sure. It's just a little too stiff for my liking to create that little flick. So I am gonna try out the new Smashbox mascara. I am gonna be putting on false lashes, which is one of the things I'm most excited about. This mascara claims to give 12-hour volume, length, and lift. No clumping, smudging, or flaking. We will see, Smashbox. We will see. I'm gonna start it at the root and just wiggle it up. I'm just gonna do one thin coat. Again, I find if I have too much mascara, trying to put the lashes on over top because of my eye shape just gets a lot more difficult. It's not the most dramatic mascara. Like, I still am die hard for the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. I would definitely need a couple more coats of this to get my lashes to the drama that I would prefer them. I have been on the market for new false eyelashes. Usually I'll buy the Kiss lashes, which I do like, but I find they're not the most like dramatic or luxurious lash, you know what I mean? So I was introduced to the brand Azeredo Cosmetics. Azeredo, I'm pretty sure. They are a completely cruelty-free lash brand. They are more of like a smaller kind of upcoming lash brand, and I really like to support smaller brands if I can. So I bought 3 pairs, 2 of the style Legendary, and then I bought another style called Hollywood that's a little bit more of like the funky wispy. So freaking pretty. Oh my god, I'm so excited to try these. They're very dramatic, wispy, and these are really affordable too. They're like $10 or $12 a pair, which for like a luxury lash I think is pretty fair, but they have tons of discount codes. So I used a discount code, and then they actually ended up offering me a discount code. So if anyone is looking for new eyelashes and you're wanting to try these ones, you can get a discount code, which I will link in the down bar. That's like my first discount code. I feel like a real blogger now. This video is not sponsored. They did not ask me to make this video. I bought them with my own money and will give you my honest opinion. The lash band is a bit thicker than I'm used to, but this is a super voluminous lash, so that makes sense. I'm just gonna measure them to my eye first. Oh, those are beautiful. Don't think I need to trim these. That never happens to me. I literally always need to trim my eyelashes. I'm excited. Okay, let's put these on. These are literally stunning. Moving on to the face, I picked up the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This is one of those products that catches my eye every single time. I'm always like, oh, I don't need another primer. But I really wanted like a pore smoothing primer because I do get large pores in my T-zone. The problem I find with most pore primers is they make my skin dry or they make my skin appear kind of flaky or textured. So I think what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna use this in my T-zone, and because I'm using a heavier foundation, I'm gonna use my Smashbox primerizer on the rest of my face. And yeah, then I'm going to use this. It is a very velvety kind of silicone-y texture, but it doesn't feel dry. Okay, it's pilling a bit on my nose. I don't know what that's about. I feel like if you have really dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this as my first choice. It does actually look like it instantly kind of blurred the appearance of my pores. So I don't have a new foundation, but I do have this Nude by Nature Sheer Light Illuminator that I'm gonna mix with a foundation. I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is in the shade 00, which when I am my normal skin color is a little bit yellow, but like it's passable. But right now I'm a bit tanned. So I'm gonna mix this illuminator in with my foundation. It's not a pale illuminator. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping this will kind of warm up and just like slightly deepen the color and also make this foundation a bit more radiant. My foundation is a little bit light. It mostly just looks light because I have 3 bright lights shining right on my face. Okay, before I continue that, I forgot. I also picked up the Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. This is a cream primer in like a little pot, and it's supposed to help smooth and hydrate your under eyes. Ooh, that feels really nice. It kind of feels like a moisturizing primer balm. I definitely find this Nude by Nature illuminator has sheared out the Milani foundation just a touch. Not in a negative way, but just making it like blend a little bit more easily. And it makes it look a bit more natural. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of dryness around my nose here. And I know this foundation can cling a bit to dryness, but it's really only kind of doing it on the one side of my nose where I put that primer. Yeah, if you have really dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this Urban Decay primer. I think they have a different one that's more like nourishing and moisturizing. But if you have kind of combination to oily skin, I think you would really like this. It's definitely a product like you don't want to use too much. You just use it very sparingly, like pump out a small amount and work it into your skin rather than like a thick layer all over the face. The lashes are popping up a little bit on my inner corner. I don't see that as the fault of the lash though. Like every pair of lashes I ever use does that to me. I always color correct under my eyes because they are real dark. I'm going to be using my Tarte Wipeout Color Correcting Palette. I'm going to pick up a teeny bit of the peach and the orange. I haven't used this in a while, and then I was kind of just going through my drawers and was like, dang, I really need to start using up a lot of my cream products. And I kind of fell in love with this formula. Some people said they found it a bit greasy, but I just find it really blendable and buttery. Do need something more emollient, more moisturizing, more greasy sometimes in order for it to not look so dry. Concealer time. ColourPop No Filter Concealer, shade Light Neutral 15. I also wanted to try this new brush. This is Real Techniques. This is from, they had a limited edition kit that had a set of, I think, 4 brushes and 4 mini sponges. And basically it was just like a cute kind of spring set that was supposed to make it easier to remember what colors of color correcting products do what. The brushes themselves are all the same. they just have cute colors. So I just diffused it a little bit with a brush before tapping it in with my sponge. That blended in really easily. I do see a bit of dryness under my eye because I usually don't get that with concealers unless it's a really dry ass formula. This formula doesn't seem particularly dry, so I'm not sure exactly what that's about. I will continue to investigate. Also just gonna bring the concealer a little bit on the sides of my nose. Okay, I love this brush. This brush just like diffuses the concealer so nicely. So far, I really like that ColourPop concealer. It's a bit lighter weight than the Tarte Shape Tape, which has been my go-to. I'm gonna set that with some loose powder. This is the Liz Wautier Teint Velour loose powder and the Morphe G5 brush and the Morphe E48. So for the Sephora VIB sale, I picked up the new Anastasia Powder Bronzer. This formula looked really interesting to me and had really great reviews on Sephora. I picked up the shade Tawny, which is, I'd consider it more of like a cooler brown. So I'm just gonna pick up a tiny bit on my Morphe R7 brush. And I'm gonna start by sweeping that. Oh, that actually applies really lightly. It's not as warm as I was kind of hoping it would be. So I'm really just kind of concentrating this on the outsides of my face. Okay, it's blending really nicely. It applies beautifully. It's not quite the color I was maybe hoping for, so I may need to go in with a bit of a different bronzer. Yeah, it comes out a little reddish on my skin, so I am gonna grab a different bronzer. I decided to grab more of a shimmery bronzer over top. This is from Liz Wautier. They re-promote this every year. It is limited edition. It's a marbled baked bronzer. It is one of my absolute favorites. I'm still a little pale on my face, just a little bit, but it's all good. I just received this yesterday in the mail. I also ordered this during the Sephora sale. This is the brand new Smashbox collaboration with Vlada. She is a super talented makeup artist. She collabed with them to create like their whole lip lacquer range, like the metallic lip. She is the one who created the whole like lip drop look and made that a thing. So she just came out with a rose gold collection. You know I had to get this. This is the Petal Metal Highlighter in the shade Gilded Rose. Can we just talk about this container right now? Unless you don't like rose gold, in which case, who hurt you? Oh, sweet baby Jesus, Mary and Joseph, and the disciples. To go with that, I also picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 highlighter brush. Everyone raves about this brush. Pretty sure this is my new favorite highlighter brush. I'm also going to try applying it wet. So I sprayed my brush with a little bit of Smashbox primer water. Okay. Okay. There we are. Ooh. If you are really pale, this highlighter might not be the best color match for you. I think this is the lightest one that they came out with. I definitely like how this applies wet better than dry. For blush, I picked up the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Tipsy. I'm going to use the Morphe R2 brush. But this formula is so soft and blendable. A little bit of the Marcel Forever Sharp eyeliner, just going just a little and a little bit in the lower lash line. I'm going to take the Carly Bible palette, this color here, and a little bit of the warmer brown. I'm going to take a little bit of that pink shade and put it right in the center. A little bit of mascara on the lower lash lines. Please don't run and smudge. I got this Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics lip liner. This brand is cruelty free. Lipstick, Nude by Nature in Coral Pink. This is so creamy. I also picked up the Youngblood Luminous Cream Blush. This is in the shade Champagne, which is technically a cream highlighter. I'm going to pop a little bit of that just in the center of my lips. A little bit of setting spray. By a little bit, I mean approximately a swimming pool size amount. I am so happy with everything that I got so far. The Anastasia bronzer, I really like the formula. Don't know if I like the color yet. I might need to exchange that. Let me know what you guys thought about these products, what your favorite products are right now. I hope you enjoyed this look and this style of video. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe if you did. I would really appreciate it, please. That is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!